Right. What was the next question? It was by John Victor FS. He says, "Yo, Mikey, what's up, man? I want to know why the grind boots are not in Up Your Arsenal, Ratchet 3.
Because we did. Wait, the grind boots aren't in Up Your Arsenal?
I feel like they are, but maybe they're not.
I thought they were.
I'm trying to think. I'm actually not remembering an area where they are, but I'm sure they are somewhere, maybe.
Well, it's clearly because I created the best grind boots segment in Ratchet 2, and we didn't think we could ever top it.
Yeah, was that on oh, what planet was it? The Predapet planet.
Yeah, with the trains and everything.
Yeah, and also, you know, because you were so busy working on that, and you also made like the best puzzle with the refractor. You didn't have time to make a best grind boot puzzle again. Like
yeah,
you had the refractor to deal with, so you know that
refractor. And I think I did. I think I did the. Oh, what was that? One of the hacking devices. You know, with the tractor beam, you pull up the green sparks and shoot the red sparks.
Yes. Oh god,
Infiltrator or something? I don't know.
I'm trying to. Yes, Infiltrator. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Or Trespass? No, not Trespass.
Trespass is Ratchet 1.
It was something.
Was that Bill Trespass? Is that his name?
Tim Trespass.
Tim. It was Bill. Why did I think Bill?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't
him who made it. It was based off his name, wasn't it?
Well, no, his name is spelled with a CZ at the end.
Oh, okay.
So it's no, the trespass. It's just because, you know, trespassing. You're getting into areas you're not supposed to get into.
Okay, I thought it was somewhat based on his name, but I guess not.
We would base the names of planets on people's names.
Ah, okay.
Like Planet Barlow or Planet Moo Cow.
Mm.
That's Moo.
Yeah.
Anthony Yu.
Fair
Stuff
enough.
like that. Yeah, that was. And in Spyro, they would name eggs after people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Me too. It's nice.
It is. I will get to the next question after I'm not dead. Just okay. There we go. Right. By Dolan. Dolan Duck Soul Consumer. Were any of the game's planets first designed around the old exploration formula that were later changed to this game's challenge-based formula? So we've basically answered that already.
Yeah, they all.
Oh yeah, actually, because like with the original race idea, were there going to be races, or was it all like an arena battle kind of like racing game?
I think there might have been races. I don't remember.
Was there ever going to be like a grind rail race, or?
Oh, I don't think so.
Because there are grind rail sections, so I didn't
yeah, well, the once we started a platformer, we brought the grind boots back.
Right,
but I don't remember how much racing we were going to have. I think we were going to have some racing, but it was mainly going to be a combat style. So even in the racing, it was, you know, lots of guns, lots of shooting, lots of like not just about trying to race around corners, but also trying to shoot people.
Right.
More like Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
But there might have been some races. I can't remember.
Fair enough. By Alex Bob, why does the HD version have so many bugs?
Well, it's probably our fault, not Idle Minds, because like we were talking.
I don't think it was Idle Minds for this one.
Okay, well, whoever did it, we were talking about this a bit when we switched to the HD Ratchet 3. We did a whole bunch of things to optimize this for the PlayStation 2, because playing a game on a PlayStation 2 is like playing a game on a toaster. That is a pocket calculator. That thing, by today's standards, is not powerful, right? It's just, for the time, it was a really nice piece of hardware, but you had to do dark magic to get it to look good. And so our programmers did dark magic, and that means hacks.
Right.
Like nasty, disgusting hacks, right?
Right, I see.
When you come in afterwards and you have to understand not just their code, but their ugly, disgusting hacks that you then have to find a way to port to new hardware that takes different ugly, disgusting hacks, it's not easy, right? So the reason for that is there are probably a lot of things we were doing to to optimize the game for what was really, really low grade hardware in the scheme of things to make it look this good and play this smooth and be it, well, not in the case of Deadlocked, but the case of the other game, 60 frames per second.
Right.
Like that's all, like wizardry has to be done for that to happen. So I think most of the bugs were that, like for example, in the HD collection with Ratchet 3, there's this little delay when the help messages appear, between when the help message appears and someone talks.
Okay.
And like that's from, we had to do optimizations so that we would, when you think of a DVD, right, and the information is written in a circle, a spiral around that DVD, right, so small you can't see it with your eyes.
Yeah.
The thing is because of physics, the disc spins faster on the inside than it does on the outside, right? That makes sense. You're going to revolve more times if you're standing on the inside of that than if you're standing on the far outside, right?
Right.
So we had anything that needed to load quickly, we had to put on the physical inside of the disc, right?
Right, I see.
In order for it to load quickly, because the disc couldn't spin fast enough to load. And that problem got even greater when it came to Blu-ray, because there's even more data, right? So when you're taking this game and you're trying to translate something that was built to stream information efficiently off of a DVD by putting that information in a very specific place on the DVD, and then you have, like in the HD collection, you had 3 games on the same Blu-ray, right? Or in this game, there was some continuity of code between the first 3. This one was almost a new engine.
Right.
So I don't know how much of the work that was done on those first 3 would have ported over to this. So basically, it's just the dark magic that we were doing, and nobody who actually did that dark magic was working on the port, right? So they're essentially making an unlicensed mod of the game in order to make this.
That's
so
impressive.
Yeah, it is actually very impressive. So yeah, it's a really hard thing to do, and it's not something you can spend a lot of money on.
Yeah.
Is probably the short reason why there's a lot of bugs. But the longer reason is we were doing black magic.
Fair enough.
Thanks.
The Domino Pivot basically says in Player 2, there's a skin of Jack.
Yeah.
Do you know who came up with the idea for that?
Let's see. We wanted to do crossover stuff.
Because I mean, Ratchet's playable in Jack X, so
yeah, that was
principle.
And you know, like in Ratchet 2, we had like ads, billboards. Yeah, we liked doing crossover stuff because Insomniac and Naughty Dog were very friendly. Like they started off in like essentially like 8 people working on that first-person shooter they made. I can't remember the name, but they you know, like them, and they worked in an office next door to the Naughty Dog office, which was also about 8 people, right? So they would always take lunch together. They were friends. Like they, you know, became godparents for each other's kids. Like they're at the high level. There were a lot of people who were friends, and then we as a company were friends. Sometimes we'd have parties together. Like, so we wanted to cross promote, also because these are both Sony-owned properties, right? So there was an incentive on that end too. It was more like that, right? It was like, hey, we think one of the ways we can promote Jack is we put a skin in. What do you guys think, right? And then that's how that happens. I think in this game or Ratchet 3, you can unlock a green goatee that goes on Ratchet, and we call it hardcore mode.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was
awesome.
something like that. That was like a little joke we put in. I think it's if you beat a certain skill point, you unlock the goatee.
That's great. I don't think I know about that. That's cool. That's all the YouTube questions. Now we've got a few from Twitter, besides the one asking how incredibly handsome you are. Basically, Nico de Lombax asks, do you have a favourite Ratchet title and a least favourite Ratchet title?
I don't really have a least favourite. I haven't played the ones that would probably be my least favorite.
Right.
All the ones I've played, I've liked.
Fair
My
enough.
favorite though is Tools of Destruction. That was the first one I played that I didn't work on. So it was the first time I got to experience Ratchet as a consumer.
Yeah.
So there's magic there for me. Plus the upgrade system I think is the best in the franchise.
Yeah. It is pretty great.
Whereas Crack in Time probably had a more cohesive story and everything. Just that first impression of being able to play a Ratchet game and that upgrade system I think are what make it my favorite. But I don't really have a least favorite. You know what? I'll just say Ratchet and Clank going mobile because nobody's ever.
Yeah. I don't know what that's like. I haven't heard good
think
things about it.
I don't think it runs on current model phones because
it doesn't. It was the old.
It was built for
Nokia kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll just say that because it's certain that there's no video of it anywhere.
There might be. You never know. Like,
and no one will be upset.
Taken with a camera.
Yeah,
never
who knows?
know.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but yeah, that game it was fine for a game you played with a number pad.
Yeah. I don't know much about it, but I don't imagine it's amazing. It's not a masterpiece, I'm sure.
Like if for flip phone games, it was fine.
Yeah.
Like really, it was fine. But for a smartphone game, nobody would have liked it.
When was that made? When was that? Was it after 2 or was it?
It was around 3.
Okay.
Somewhere in that area.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Did I ever tell you about the Ratchet cartoon show?
No.
There was a period for a while where in Japan they were thinking about doing a Ratchet and Clank anime.
Really?
Yeah, they were even in the process of making a pilot,
wow.
but it never happened. I don't have any more to the story than that. I never saw any of the footage, but for a brief shining moment, they were thinking of putting Ratchet on the screen as a character.
Wow.
And then now,
there's a movie. So
in April of 2016, we're finally going to get it.
I mean, there was a Rayman TV series, not the Rabbids, like an actual Rayman series, and it was not good. So maybe it's a blessing. I don't know.
I liked the Sonic show from back in the day.
Some of the Sonic shows were fantastic.
Sonic, he can really move. That one?
Yes, yeah, that was Sat AM. I also like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I know a lot of people don't like that as much, but I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed Sonic
I don't know that one.
Huh?
I don't know if I know that one.
It was very, I guess like comic strip kind of like animation almost. But it was really cool. I liked it a lot.
Is the frame rate actually breaking every time you fire that weapon?
No, actually, it's not too bad. That might be the.
Do you notice how all of those, when they come down from the sky, they're like essentially rectangles?
Yes.
It's because one of the bugs in transferring over stuff from our original engine is the transparency doesn't work right.
Ah.
So all of those effects are fat rectangles now because that's what they were before. Just before there was transparency for the texture, so
right.
It just looked like a fading off sort of God ray effect.
Right, I see.
But yeah, that's one of the things that was wrong in all the HD versions was the transparency was broken. That's why Nefarious's helmet never looks right.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Or why the hollow shield in Ratchet 3 is really weird. Like it has rotating rectangles. It's the same bug.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
There's probably a lot of effects that have that on them.